time to fill up. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. That's not gonna happen. Not yet, at least. I am so done. No drip squad. Ah. How you feeling? Want some coffee? Okay, let's go get some coffee. What you got?
Coffee.
Ah, ha, ha, yes.
Smile.
Smile. Good boy. Ruger. What are you doing? Ruger. Alright, Q&A. Let's get into it. So we both have all the questions. We both asked on our stories twice, actually. So we got a
Good amount.
good amount of decent questions. So let's just get into it.
This is not all of them, but we chose the best ones.
Mhm.
First question. How did you guys meet?
I'll let you take this one.
We met when I was 14 and Nolan was 15, and the time we met, we were in relationships with other people.
Our first
Yeah.
relationship.
They put us in a group chat.
Because they were all friends.
Yeah,
Like,
we were in a group chat, and that's when we added each other. But then we started talking, like one-on-one, and then we started FaceTiming, and we realized that we liked each other.
yeah.
And
There was a lot of
like mixed feelings about it. We always promised each other one day. We're like, one day we'll be together, but it
Okay.
wasn't the right time.
Pause. Okay, so this, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but this is the ring she got me, my promise ring. And on the inside, it's engraved and it says, one day. And then right next to it, it says forever. So what that meant to me was, one day was our thing. Like, we
We'll
told
be
each
together
other.
one day.
It was
It was
right
like
person,
right
wrong
person,
time.
yeah.
Over the years, you know, we've been talking and then not talking.
You know when you buy trail mix and it's just M&Ms with an obstacle course? He was my M&M in an obstacle course.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I'll go with the next question. What was the most involved car project you've done, and who did you do it with? We had a roommate. You'll meet him soon when we go for our next driving video. But his name's Andrew, and he used to have an SUV. He sold it because he's a car guy and wanted to buy something that he could drive around. So he bought an Acura TL. Right after he bought it, he blew up the engine. So my biggest project was an engine swap. Ordered a new one through Pick Apart. Took us months to do because we were waiting on new parts. We basically
And you did it
rebuilt the engine.
with Alex.
Yep, Balix. You'll meet Balix soon. Every single time we see him, it's Balix, not Alex. That's a must, okay? Don't ever call him Alex.
Alex.
It's Balix. So yeah, it took a long time, a lot of effort, a lot of swearing, a lot of... Yeah.
And for me, it was my engine rebuild.
Yep. So it just comes with high mileage cars.
That was just my first, I don't know, that was my proudest moment. So it took about a week, and then there were some days I did it by myself for a little bit until Nolan and Alex got off work, and then they helped me too. So they helped me, and that was my biggest project.
A lot of oil leaks, but no more, thankfully.
Yeah.
A lot of oil leaks. Next question.
This one is, how old are you guys?
I'm 20.
I'm 19.
21 is a big year, so that's coming in a few months.
And our birthdays, I'm June, he's July. What is the how I met your mother/father story? He met my parents in high school when we were friends. And then
Once.
when we started dating, my parents did not like him because we did some kid stuff in high school and thought he was just gonna get me in trouble, and we were just little hood rats. And then 3 months into us dating, my mom called me and she's like, come over with Nolan. And I was like,
Whoa, wait a minute. Alarms go off.
Yeah.
We're like, what does this mean?
so she had a really deep conversation with him. My dad came over after work, and then they talked everything out and it went well.
Long story short, it started out as they never wanted to see me, ever.
My parents.
Her parents. And now I'm
It was
living
like-
in their house.
Yeah, now we live with my parents.
I have a life. I've got goals and aspirations, alright? Made one mistake when I was younger, okay? Alright, since we're kind of on this topic, this question goes, what's your favorite thing about Tafe? If I'm being honest, it's definitely... Actually, that's a hard question. There's a lot of things. My favorite thing is gotta be your personality, because of just... You and me are actually male and female not opposites, but equals, because you and me think the same. We finish each other's sentences. We both are interested in the same stuff. It's just the way that you come across to people and come across to me.
I would have to say I really love Nolan's ambition. It's like what gets me up in the morning, what starts my day off good. It could be a lazy day and we'll wake up and I just feel like he sets a goal for the day.
Yeah, I always try to...
Pushes me past my limits. So.
I try to prevent laziness where I can. Of course, it's always nice to have a lazy day, but if every day is your lazy day, then you're never going to get anywhere in life.
Yeah,
so whether it's something small, even making sure you go to the store to get what you needed that day that you said you were going to do yesterday, just do it.
What do you guys do for a living?
When I graduated high school, I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to do. I just knew I had a really big passion for cars. So I pursued that, went to school for it, and now I'm a technician at Toyota. Things might change. I do love Toyota, that's obvious. I mean, we both drive Toyotas, and there will be more Toyota project cars in the future. Die-hard Toyota fan here, but I might go to independent shop. I might stick with the dealership. It's all up in the air, but yeah, that's what I do. Okay.
Well, okay, honestly, realistically, we want to have YouTube be a job.
Oh yeah.
Which is why we're starting.
Which is why you need to hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
Smash that like button and just follow along with our lives. I mean, we're gonna be doing all kinds of cool stuff. So just
we have really good news coming for you guys in the next couple months. And I work at a coffee shop. I have been a barista for over a year now. I love coffee. I absolutely love coffee.
Yep.
And personally, I like morning shifts. So I like going in early and getting off early.
what is a mechanic gonna do without coffee? Next question. Alright, this is 2 questions, but I'm putting them both into one. Why no turbo? Why no manual? To put it short, it's money and where we live. California, I'm sure you've heard all the horror stories. Okay, let me back up a little bit.
It's gonna happen.
They're both gonna happen, but if you go online right now, type in IS300, if you find a manual one, they are on different planes, completely different levels.
Yeah.
All the manual ones are completely destroyed, 300,000+ miles, and they're asking like 10 to 15 grand for it just because it is a manual. For the automatics, interiors are clean, outsides are clean, lower mileage, and they're all cheaper than just a manual. So if this is my forever car, I'm not gonna go buy a manual that's been beat, like completely destroyed.
Well, not only that, but we bought them right before the price skyrocketed. And at the time we were, 18 and 19, and we only had a certain amount of money to spend, so we couldn't go out and
just go buy a clean manual.
Yeah,
like,
so
not gonna happen.
my car
We don't have
looks so
15
bad.
grand to dump.
Yeah, I bought a shit box, but I got a good price on it. Which actually, we'll just go straight into the next question. I have a question. What was your first car?
Oh, that's your question?
Yeah,
okay.
so I'll go first.
You go first.
Okay.
This is embarrassing.
I didn't pick it out, okay? Came home from work one day, and my grandparents were like, surprise, you owe us 3 grand. I was so happy to have a car. It was a 2005 Toyota Corolla.
And let's be honest, it's a Toyota. I'm a fan, so I wasn't mad.
But obviously that was not my ideal car. I think I had it for about 6 months before I sold it and got my IS. When I sold it 6 months later, I sold it for more than I bought it for, and I bought my IS300 for even price.
Flat
So
out.
I basically traded them.
Like, come on. Like, that's cool. And this IS300, it doesn't get better than that. My first car, If you know me personally, you'll know this car. I had a 2012 Ford Focus base model. Automatic, non-turbo, 4-cylinder, front-wheel drive.
It looked really good.
It looked good, but it was slow.
And it broke down so much towards the end of it.
Ford.
So
That's
much.
all I have to say about it. It's a Ford. I loved that car. I had plans for it, but it wasn't realistic. I've always been a JDM fanboy too. You can't be a JDM fanboy with a Ford. This is actually a perfect segue into the next question, which is why did you pick an IS300? I actually really want to do a whole video about this. I could go into way more detail why we chose them, and then also why we chose the specific cars on the marketplace. When I was 15, I wanted an IS300. My dream car's always been a 350Z. Ever since I was younger, played it in video games and I loved it. Even when I went to the top ranks, I'd still choose that 350Z. Time comes, I'm gonna sell the Focus, and I'm like, okay, now what? What do I want? What am I gonna get? I was looking at Z's, and when she still had her Corolla, I was like, you should get a G. That would be perfect. We both have VQs. They're the same car pretty much, but just different enough. I was trying to come up with how to get a 350Z. I was still under my parents' insurance at the time, and they were not going to insure a 350Z. It's honestly one of the highest crash ratings, like accident rating cars.
Besides the Mustang.
Yeah, the Mustang. 6-cylinder, rear-wheel drive, JDM. So with those three things in mind, IS300. They're both 6-cylinders, rear-wheel drive, and JDM. Yes, I had the Z on my mind, but in the back of my mind I was like, wouldn't it be so sick to have a car with a 2J that nobody knows about?
I was looking at cars because obviously I wasn't gonna dump my money into a Corolla. Like, yes, I'm dumping my money into the IS, but that's a fun car. It's a forever car. I knew I wanted to drift. That was something that was a must, rear-wheel drive. And so I came across an IS300 and I looked into it. I want to get an IS300. I'm going to sell my Corolla and get an IS300.
And I was like, wait, you what? I was so, like, she had never ever mentioned it before. Never once, didn't even know anything about it. And I was like, you did not just say that. That was one of the cars that I've always wanted.
Matching cars?
Just get matching cars. And the rest is history,
Yeah.
so.
When's the wedding?
When's the wedding? I'm scheming.
It's tomorrow.
I'm coming up with something. I've already got a plan. I've already got an idea. Move on to the next question. Favorite Suicide Boys song?
Oh, Memoirs of a Gorilla. Hands down.
Every time Ruby says he levels up, I lose my mind. We were at a concert and we were being so loud that the people around us didn't even want to be near us.
Yeah.
At a concert.
That's my favorite song. That's your favorite song?
That's my favorite song.
Yeah.
I have so many. I have probably around 200-300 Suicide Boys songs saved.
What's your best memory together? You can go first. I know, that's a really hard question. That was a good one. My best memory was probably when you asked me to be your girlfriend because, for one, I was not expecting it. We waited, 3.5 years before we actually started dating, so
It was
the
a big, that was a big
14-year-old
moment.
girl inside of me was like,
Oh. Backstory time. We did long distance for like, I don't know, even a month or two, maybe 3. In that time, I had school the next morning, but I really wanted to see her, so I drove down 2 hours to see her in the middle of the night, picked her up at like midnight, and then we went to the top of a mountain,
Ortega.
and we just sat there. We were watching the city lights, the big lake, the stars. It was nice. I think that's probably one of my favorite memories.
That was a fun one. So, the question is Converse or Van?
1, 2, 3.
Bofa. Just like, that's really hard. If someone said pick Vans or your high top Converse for the rest of your life, that is so hard. I have more Vans, so probably Vans.
I only had Vans.
Yeah.
I don't even my work shoes are Vans.
Yeah.
Okay, last question.
To follow up on that, somebody said show us your shoe game, and we both collect Vans.
Let's go pick our Top 3.
5.
Top 5?
We have like 40 pairs.
There's
each.
like 40, 45 pairs.
And that's each of us. I'm not being sarcastic. Okay.
Alright, I'll go first. Yacht clubs. Not much to say about it. They're yacht clubs. Okay, then I got my Brighton Zinner signature. I just like the bottom of them. Funny story on these, they discontinued these, and before they reintroduced them, I bought them from China. It was the only place they had them. So these are customs that Taylor made me. It also has butterflies on the side. We both have matching butterfly tattoos. And then these are CMYK. They are... I just realized I chose all old schools. All of them. That's so funny.
I picked basic ones because black authentics, they match everything.
That's true.
These are probably my go-to. White authentics, they match everything.
These are my go-to.
These are my go-to. Red
authentics. These are my go-to.
These are my go-to. I wear these a lot. They're really comfy. I really like them.
They go with everything.
And red is a nice color. I have my baby blue slip-ons with little checkers on the side, but they're peeling off because they're old. My favorite at the moment are my like pink slip-ons because they match my car. So I like wearing these when I take pictures with my car because I think it's cute. They match. Future modifications.
Future modifications. Biggest question. 5 in 10 seconds. Go.
Bucket seats. Roll cage. I want a new quick release. I want a turbo and a manual swap.
Alright. I'll give you my 5 real quick.
And those are my, like, that's probably in order too. That's
Front bumper and my wing. I'm painting those and then putting them on. I want to do my headliner. I have an idea of exactly what type of fabric I'm going to use. Turbo, absolutely. Manual, absolutely. With time. Ooh, the last one. There's a million things I could say. Oh, yeah, and then I want to build a custom subwoofer in the back seat. And with that, we're going to go ahead and close the video here.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Like I said, please subscribe if you want to, stay up to date with what we're going to be doing in our lives, with our cars, with
Or if
everything.
you want to learn stuff, you learn something new every day.
Yep.
Did you know that penguins hatch eggs for babies?
Did you know that dogs lay eggs but no one sees it? Because dogs actually go and hide before they lay their eggs. That's why you've never seen a video of a dog giving birth. Think about that.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
We're that Lexus couple.
That Lexus couple.
And we appreciate the support.
And we appreciate the support. Signing out. Bye.